Bank Independent has been such a great partner because not only are they taking the stress of the finances off of our plate, but they're investing in us as we're investing in them. And I think that is a strong partnership. The spirit of what Bank Independent does is right there in the name.
From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather, live at 5.
All right, we're live at 5 o'clock on this Tuesday afternoon, and it's a warm afternoon across the Tennessee Valley, mostly sunny as well. Here's a live look at the Arctic Air Skycam network starting in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. Plenty of blue sky and sunshine. Just a few puffy fair weather cumulus clouds out there. Currently 89 degrees at the water tank on the north side of town, 71 dew point, and the south-southwest wind currently coming in at 4 miles per hour. Slide down to North Alabama. This is from the UNA campus atop Rivers Hall in Florence, looking back southeast in the shoals toward Wilson Dam, 94 degrees here with a dew point of 75. Notice a bit more in the way of cumulus development here, but we've been quiet in terms of radar today and thunderstorm development. We haven't really had too much in the way of our isolated thunder shower development. Around midday, you saw Taylor have one in southwestern areas of Lawrence County, Tennessee. We haven't had too much more than that, and we are quiet across the local area this afternoon. Here's Viper live Doppler radar along the current temperatures. We're into the low to mid 90s out there this afternoon. We will generally stay warm as we head through the next few days. Temperatures ease down a couple of degrees late in the week and the weekend because of clouds and rain around. And then they warm right back up next week. We'll talk about the extended here in just a moment. You can see clockwise flow in the pattern with the showers and thunderstorms across a large part of the southeast. That's because there's an upper level ridge of high pressure centered over the area that will stay centered near us for the next 7 to 14 days, but it will weaken a little bit toward the end of the week and the weekend before it re-intensifies next week. And that weakening of the upper level ridge, along with deeper tropical moisture easing northward, will allow rain chances to increase. Starting tonight, that's not the case. Mostly clear skies out there, falling out of the 90s into the 80s this evening, into the 70s overnight, right around the low to mid 70s for morning lows across the area. Maybe a stray shower just to the north of the viewing area, closer to the I-40 corridor. As we work toward the midday and afternoon hours, a few scattered showers and thunderstorms look to develop. Maybe slightly higher rain chances on the Tennessee side of the state line versus North Alabama, but can't rule out a few thunder showers over North Alabama either. Only about a 30 to 40% chance of rain, however. Daytime highs away from the thunderstorms into the mid to maybe upper 90s in a few spots. Heat index values are going to be into the triple digits. We'll show those in just a second. As we lose daytime heating tomorrow evening, we naturally see the thunderstorms weaken with that loss of daytime heating. Partly cloudy overnight. We're once again headed for the mid-70s. Here's the temperature breakdown along with heat index values for our Wednesday. And you can see it's going to be a warm one out there. This is not unusual for this time of year or anything like that, but we're going to be getting heat index values near or over 105 tomorrow afternoon, especially on the Alabama side of the state line, but maybe in the southern middle Tennessee as well. There is a heat advisory in place for North Alabama. I didn't want to show that because of the discrepancy with there not being one over southern middle Tennessee, but it's still going to be hot here. I didn't want to send the wrong message. The message to send is it's going to be hot tomorrow. When you need to think about staying hydrated, make sure you take breaks if at all possible and pay attention to those around you if you have to be outside for any length of time. Just common sense stuff. We deal with the heat every year here in the Tennessee Valley during the summertime. Scattered showers and thunderstorms again on Thursday. A little more numerous as we head into Friday and especially Saturday. If I had to pinpoint one day of the next 7 here where it looks wetter, it would be Saturday with about a 60 to 70% chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms, but it will not be an all-day rain. You can still do some outdoor activities. You're just going to have to pay attention to the weather because of showers and thunderstorms being more likely. And then we ease back on the coverage as we head late weekend into early next week, especially as that upper level ridge builds. And as it does, we pull temperatures into at least the mid-90s toward Tuesday or so, and just beyond the 7-day forecast toward next Wednesday or next Thursday, we may be talking about widespread upper 90s here, if not knocking on the door just shy of 100 degrees for afternoon temperatures, not heat index values. We are watching the tropics as well. We are watching our system crossing from the east coast of Florida and across the northern peninsula this afternoon. We're going to see how deep into the northern Gulf it's able to track over the next 24 hours. The low-level center of circulation is going to try to hug the coast of the Florida Panhandle as we head overnight and into Wednesday here. However, if it does relocate farther south with this thunderstorm blow up, there's a chance still that we could see this try to develop into either the next tropical depression or possibly Tropical Storm Dexter. If the center of circulation redevelops farther south with the thunderstorm, there's a bit higher chance of that happening, but that's a big question mark. If that low pressure tracks near or just north of the coastline, it's just going to be a rainmaker. And we're not expecting much more than that anyway, except for heavy rain along the Gulf Coast through the rest of the week and the weekend, and a high rip current risk. National Hurricane Center giving a 40% chance of this potentially developing into the next tropical depression or tropical storm Dexter. Not expecting a hurricane, not expecting a major system out of it. The main impacts down to the south of our area would mainly be heavy rain and a rip current risk. We'll be watching carefully again. If that low pressure hugs the coast or stays inland, we're not going to see a tropical depression develop out of it. And it's more semantics than anything. However, if that low pressure redevelops a little farther south, it would be over water a little longer, and that would open the door for a short-lived tropical depression or maybe a low-end tropical storm Dexter. But a lot more questions than answers with that. We'll be watching all that very carefully. Partly cloudy overnight, maybe some patchy areas of fog over southern middle Tennessee toward daybreak. Overnight lows in the low to mid-70s. More the same in North Alabama, partly cloudy, maybe some patchy fog here and there, but less widespread on the Alabama side of the state line. Overnight lows here into the middle 70s. If you're headed to the pool tomorrow afternoon, you're going to have to pay attention to the weather because there will be scattered showers and thunderstorms into the afternoon, but not everybody's going to get a big rain. Just pay attention to the weather. You'll be just fine. Partly cloudy and hot otherwise, with daytime highs by the afternoon into the mid-90s. Heat index values between 103 and 108. Scattered showers and thunderstorms for Wednesday and Thursday, a little more numerous on Friday, and then I think the highest rain chances on the board come Saturday, and then they start to ease back Sunday, and maybe only a 20% chance of a hit or miss thunder shower as we head into early next week. We start to crank up the heat a little bit as well as we head into next week. That's Look Your latest 7-day forecast. I'll be back at 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock with another check of your local weather.
You're watching the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel.